The United States and China recently announced a 90-day pause on reciprocal tariffs. The agreement came as the U.S. was moving toward a self-inflicted recession and possible supply chain meltdown. For more on the impact of the trade truce on the economy and in supply chains in particular, we welcome Dale Rogers from ASU's W.P. Carey School of Business. All right, good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Great to be with you,
You're a supply chain guru here, so let's talk about it. It seems like this happened a million years ago, but it was only last week.
Right.
90-day pause on what's the pause?
Well, it's not really a 90-day. It's a 90-day pause from the 145, and then the China side was 125, and so now we're down 30 on Chinese products and 10% on U.S. products, and so into China, and I think that it's just the beginning of the Trump administration backing down, because if they stay with 30%, that still is basically stopping most everything we buy from China, and it's a disaster. You know, you got local small firms; they're mostly small firms here in the Phoenix area. There's one in Chandler I'm thinking of right now, who sells toys. And they haven't ordered anything, and their only factories in China, and they haven't ordered anything for 2 months. And if they order stuff today, which they're not going to do, not at 30%, they can't make money. It'd be a month and a half before the stuff gets here.
Yeah, that's the difficult thing in trying to figure this situation out, is looking in advance. And that's where you, as a supply chain expert, you kind of see where things are, but mostly where things are going. How do you know where things are going when from 145 it goes down to 30, and from 125 it goes down to 10, and then it could bounce back up again?
Yeah, we don't really know where the tariffs are going. My belief, though, is I'm more optimistic than I was last time I talked to you, because I think they're going to back down. Because if they don't, Republicans in the Trump administration will be so unpopular, and there's already people yelling at them. I mean, Walmart announced in a conference call last week, we're going to raise our prices, and Trump went crazy over the weekend.
He basically told them, why don't you eat the prices?
Right, and you can't at 30%. You just can't. There's not that much margin. And that's one of the things a lot of the policymakers don't understand, is how slim those margins really are. It might seem like a lot, but you end up getting rid of a lot of that margin as it moves forward in the supply chain.
So it's 30 and 10 right now. That's the tariffs right now. U.S. tariffs on China is at 30, as you mentioned. China tariffs on U.S. falls to 10. What does that do to the economy?
Well, it's worse tariffs than we've had in over 100 years. So it's going to crush things, especially in a time where we're more dependent. You know, we built these global supply chains. We're more dependent on the outside world than we've ever been.
You mentioned toys. I would imagine laptops, electronics, tech stuff.
All of that stuff. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, if you look at the way electronics are sold in Brazil, you basically have to make them there, or they're unaffordable. You know, Brazil has had basically 100% tariff on electronics for a long time. And whenever I would have Brazilian executives come up to Arizona, you know, they'd go to Best Buy and all the places, buying the Apple Store, buying stuff, because if they buy it in Brazil, they're not going to get as good of a product. It's going to cost twice as much.
So basically, we can call it a pause, I guess, or a truce, or whatever you want to call it here.
It's a reduction.
Yeah,
it's a reduction for 90 days, but it might go back up.
What happens if it goes back up?
Well, I kind of don't think it can. I kind of think that President Trump is going to announce some sort of victory that might be a real victory or not a real one. And we'll say, you know what, we're really going to trade with China and we're going to knock them down. My guess is he's going to stick at 10%, which is really still too high in my opinion, but it's a lot better than 145 or 30.
Just the actions of making it to 145 and bringing it back down to 30, and considering that's a pause and a truce and a win of some kind, a win-win situation, has the damage already been done?
Some of it already has been done. The thing is that we really don't see the effect of the tariffs yet. What I've been telling everybody, I think it's August before we really see impact of the tariffs. It might be late July, but it's August because of just how much stuff we brought in early, and then also moving through those inventories.
I got to tell you that I think it was Friday, Consumer Sentiment survey came out for consumer sentiment. It's at near record lows.
Right, for good reason.
That's a lagging indicator as well, is it not?
Yeah, and Ted, it's crazy. There's a history lesson here, I think, and I'll try to do this quickly. 1930. The U.S. was really worried about using their agricultural sector. We were getting imports from other places, not nearly as much as we get now, by the way. And they said, we can't, there's this industrial revolution. People are moving off farms. This is a tragedy. So the Democrats back then, plus the farm state Republicans, put tariffs on that aren't as big as what we've got on China right now. And that really moved us into the Great Depression. And here we are almost 100 years later, and we're doing the exact same thing because we were worried about losing manufacturing when really economies evolved. We were agricultural, we were manufacturing, and now we're really services and innovation, and sometimes we kind of forget how things can evolve.
Last question on this. What happens to storage when you got stuff there, then all of a sudden you have empty ships crossing the ocean, and now all of a sudden you're going to have ships carrying more stuff? What's the impact there?
Well, we're pretty good at managing that. There are some hiccups there, but for the most part, we're handling warehousing. And there's companies like a company called Flex, F-L-E-X-E, that does sort of very flexible warehousing. You can expand or contract, and so we're pretty good at that. But it is an issue, and certainly planning that stuff coming in is an issue.
So bottom line, you seem to think when back-to-school sales start hitting, watch out.
We're gonna see some problems, but I also think that before the end of the year, we're gonna back down.
Interesting. All right, Dale Rogers, WP.
And you can call me on that if
I will. We'll have you back up here and we'll run the tape. Dale Rogers, WP Carey School of Business. Always a pleasure. Good to see you.
Good to see you.